You can give KD to Golden State. You can give LeBron to Miami, but you can't give CP3 to Kobe. Hey, I know I'm bringing up old shit. But guess what? Hey, yeah, and get Kobe CP3. That's all I want to know. Why? Why couldn't Kobe get CP3? But anyway, that's a topic for another day. I ain't gonna trip about it. But hey, we should have about 6 of them instead of 5. But it's okay. We ain't gonna talk. We ain't.
Hey, we live now, really.
Welcome back to another episode on what? The Golden Gems podcast. The Golden Gems with a Z podcast. Where else would you rather go? Where else would you rather be than getting these gems from yours truly? Hey, make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you're sending this to everybody, your mama and daddy, friend, brother, sister, another friend, baby mama, cousin, little friend. Let Timmy from across the street. Remember, let Timmy, you can't forget about him. Make sure you're giving these gems to him too. Hey, but without further ado, I know you read that title. Sports Talk with Relly today. Yes, Sports Talk with Relly. Hey, are the Bucks gonna now win the NBA championship? Will the Cowboys prove to be Cowboys and only make it out the first round, if the first round of the playoffs? And also, will the Colorado Buffs shock the nation this week? Will they shock the nation? And will they end up beating the USC Trojans? Hey, all that and more on today's episode. But nah, seriously. First up, we got to talk about the NBA. We have to talk about the NBA. Dame time is going to the Milwaukee Bucks. Yes. So, Portland, they decided to make a 3-team trade. They traded with Phoenix. They also, of course, traded with Milwaukee. So I believe Phoenix is receiving, I think, Drew Holiday, Grayson Allen, and a few other Milwaukee players. And then the Blazers, they're getting DeAndre Ayton. I think they might be getting another player. I don't know. All I know is Dame going to Milwaukee. That's all you need to know. That's the most important thing. And they traded them. Also, they added their Milwaukee added their 2028 pick and 30th pick, the 2020 30 pick or whatever. I said 2020 30, but 2030 pick. You understand? Yeah, we got it. Oh, that's irrelevant. Okay, Dame is going to the Milwaukee Bucks. I thought he was going to go to Miami though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was not expecting Dame to be shipped off to the Milwaukee Bucks. And honestly, I forgot Dame even requested a trade. That's how preoccupied I've been with Colorado in college football and then also in the NFL. I haven't been thinking about the NBA. But I told you the NBA right around the corner. It's literally right around the corner. Preseason about to start. You understand? So, hey, expect to get NFL, college football, and NBA. Oh, my God. Y'all going to be making me work. Y'all going to be getting y'all money's worth. Make sure you become a Golden member. Go check out the website. You'll learn all about what a Golden member is. Make sure you go ahead and become a Golden member because, hey, it's getting spooky out here and you will be getting exclusive access to your boy. So, without further ado, man, I had Milwaukee, of course, making it to the Eastern Conference Finals this year. But now, guess what? I have them winning the NBA championship this year. Yes, Dame time going to Milwaukee with Giannis, and then Middleton stayed. Then they still got Brook Lopez, and you still got, Portis. Oh, my God. At the end of the day, I think the Milwaukee Bucks, and like Jimmy Butler said, they might need to be looked at for tampering. Because my whole thing is, so you can give KD to Golden State. You can give LeBron to Miami, but you can't give CP3 to Kobe. Hey, I know I'm bringing up old shit. But guess what? Hey, yeah, and get Kobe CP3. That's all I want to know. Why couldn't Kobe get CP3? But anyway, that's a topic for another day. I ain't gonna trip about it. But hey, we should have about 6 of them instead of 5. But it's okay. We ain't gonna talk. We ain't gonna talk. The NBA. That's another topic for another day. I'm gonna let y'all live today. But seriously though, man, with the Milwaukee Bucks making this trade, that is solidifying them as the top dog in the NBA. Yes, the top dog. Because Dame Lillard is an average bucket. He averages 25 plus points a game. 3-point percentage is damn near close to the 40s. This man is a walking bucket. Yes, he is a bucket. He is the bucket. Yes. So with him and Giannis is already 2-time MVP. Come on, NBA champion already. Come on. Hey, I know, Dame, I know you wanted to go to Miami, but hey, you might have got a blessing in the skies. You and Giannis, hey, I can go ahead and running up. You feel me? Don't forget, hey, you still got Yoke coming back. Even though I don't see him doing too much. So you got Golden State, of course. You can't never count Golden State out. And then you also got Phoenix, who's supposed to be looking good. They just traded away DeAndre Ayton, which was a problem for them. And I think they're going to be all right now because DeAndre Ayton, if you ask me, he was holding them boys back. You know, you still got Devin Booker. It's going the NBA, I'm not going to touch into the NBA too much because I want to kind of give them their own episode whenever the season about to get ready and start. But the NBA, hey, y'all making off-season moves. Y'all said, hey, I know you got the Colorado bubble going on. You got the NFL. You know you got all that. But guess what? Hey, we still here. And y'all still here because that was a splash. All right? But moving on, man. Yes, like I said, Dame Lillard going to Milwaukee Bucks. NBA talk is over. Just like that. But now, hey, should we touch on college football or should we touch on NFL? Let's touch on college football. College football. I know y'all want like college football talk. I know you want to see who my pick is against USC and Colorado. I know you do. I know you just waiting on it. But anyway, before we hit on that game, I gotta stop being biased. I gotta hit on all these other college football games. All right. So first game that I'm hitting on is Utah versus Oregon State. So you got the number 10 ranked team in the country versus the number 19th ranked team in the country. Both in the Pac-12. I told you the Pac-12 is packed this year. And Utah, that defense has been looking fucking crazy. That defense is looking really good. You know, I am going to pick them to win this game. I will pick Utah to win this game because they will be getting a fucking quarterback back too. That's a whole other topic that we ain't touching about. Hey, Utah is top 10 and they don't even got all their pieces. They ain't even got their full team. You feel me? And they've been winning. That means that defense is really that good. That means that offense is really that good. You feel me? But hey, they just now getting into the gauntlet of their schedule. So we're going to see how Utah play, how they fare. You know, playing Oregon State. Oregon State is no slouch. Oregon State is like that. They ranked for a reason. You know, number 10 versus number 19. Hell of a game. I'm picking Utah. But I wouldn't be surprised if Oregon State got it. But Oregon State looked rough pretty much last week when they played. I forgot who they played last week. But they played somebody who wasn't really that good. Or maybe. Well, anyway. But, hey, I'm going with Utah. Next. Penn State, Northwestern. I'm not touching on this game. Penn State gonna roll through them boys. But USC, Colorado. You see, I gave y'all one game. I gave y'all one game before I touch on USC, Colorado. I am not being biased. Yeah, you say what you want. I'm not being biased. But seriously though, Colorado versus USC. Hey, I got my boy Shedeur Sanders in them buffs. Shedeur is gonna have a game of his life, and they can win. I'm going with a 45-41 upset. Colorado. High scoring game. No defense will be played in this game because both defenses are fucking trash. Let's just be real. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's just be honest. I'm being honest with you. Both teams are trash. I don't care what you say. I don't care what they say. These teams are trash. Nah, I'm be like, they ain't trash. But both teams' defenses are trash. All right, seriously. Y'all defenses look rough. Rough. I ain't say you're rough. Your defense is. I ain't gonna even talk about it. But I'm interested to see a hell of a game between two of my still highest quarterbacks this year, Caleb Williams. Why am I getting twisted? But anyway, Caleb Williams. I'm interested to see how he plays. Also, I'm interested to see how Shedeur Sanders plays after last week. Getting ran through. You got to come back with this week. You got to come back with something, my guy. To hold up that standard, hold up that name. To make sure people still put you on that pedestal that you deserve. You got to go ahead and come out here and ball against Caleb Williams. You got to prove that you ain't no second fiddle to nobody. So I'm going with the USC, and I'm going with USC. That's the right pick. That's the logical pick. They ain't at 20 plus. I think they 23 point. It's a 23-point spread with USC favor. I think Colorado will cover this week compared to last week. I did lose some good money last week, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah, I'm going with Colorado. Make a long story short, I ain't gonna be too long, y'all. I'm sorry, I know I'm long-winded. But next game, which is I think is gonna be a nice big game. Florida, which is they ranked number 22 right now. And also, I didn't touch on this. Colorado, they not ranked anymore. Yes, Colorado's not ranked. Maybe they saying y'all really not like that. But guess what? When they beat USC, they're gonna be top 15. Top 15. Going for unranked. So you had them ranked. Oh, hey, it's not even since the start of the season, after the first game. They're gonna be ranked again. They will, and that Pac-12 is packed, but they're gonna be ranked again. But Florida versus Kentucky, this is always a good game. Kentucky is 4-0. Florida, they lost one game, but they look like they primed and ready to go. Because last week they looked pretty good, and they in that game where they beat, did they play Clemson? I think they beat. No, that was Florida State that played Clemson. I forgot who Florida played last week, but I know they look good because I saw the highlights of that game. I didn't watch it, but I did see the highlights. Florida did look good, and they playing Kentucky this week. Kentucky is 4-0. Florida is 3-1. So this should be a hell of a game because hey, it's the SEC, and then two, Kentucky ain't no slouch. Kentucky has been, hey, they ain't, you feel me? They ain't up there, you know, but they slight. You know, I ain't gonna hit on them. I ain't gonna hit on y'all. All right, next game. So I'm going Florida versus beating Kentucky. Georgia versus Auburn. Y'all know this is gonna be a hell of a fucking game. You know this. You know, hey. Even though Auburn, they ain't really like that. Auburn starting the season off, they 3-1. They ain't nobody really talking about them. They flying under the radar in that SEC. But Georgia, hey, y'all done played a couple close games already. Y'all ain't been walking over people like y'all normally do. But you know, hey, I can't really say nothing about Georgia. The back-to-back national champions until they get knocked off. I'm gonna pick Georgia. So I'm got Georgia over Auburn, but don't underestimate Auburn and how they gonna take this game serious because obviously it's an SEC game rivalry. Hey, it's gonna be a hell of a game. Best believe, be ready for it. Georgia, I'm taking you though over Auburn. Move on. Michigan, Nebraska, taking Michigan, no questions. Kansas versus Texas, interesting game. Both teams are 4-0. Kansas trying to really look like they've been fighting these last couple of years. My old coach was the SODU coach, but you know Kansas, they've been on an uphill climb, and they are finally 4-0. And they're fucking ranked. Kansas, yes, Kansas. Hey, what all the hoopers coming up? Yeah, they ranked, boy. Hey, it's getting serious out here. So with this game specifically, I might go with Nah, I'm not. I'm going with Texas. Texas, y'all showing y'all back. You got to prove it. You're going against a ranked team. Yes, they ain't really like that, but y'all can't get upset. You feel me? If you get upset, hey, that's gonna be a problem. Don't do that, Texas. Texas, I'm betting on you this weekend. Don't do that. Don't make me lose my money. All right, I'm going with Texas over Kansas. Even though Kansas, hey, Texas is ranked 4. Kansas is ranked top 25. I think they ranked 24. Hey, it's gonna be a hell of a game. But Texas is gonna pull it out. I'm going with Texas. Missouri, Vanderbilt. I'm not any game Vanderbilt plays. I'm not talking about it. LSU, Ole Miss. This is gonna be a nice game. Ole Miss, they damn near beat Alabama last week. They started off great. They just couldn't pull it out. But on the flip side, LSU, they almost lost against fucking Arkansas. Yes, they almost lost against Arkansas. Hey, yeah, I played at Arkansas, but them boys ain't really like that. But KJ, you had a hell of a game last week. That's what you, my guy. But, they almost lost to Arkansas. So LSU playing Ole Miss this week. They both 3-1. I might have to go with Ole Miss. Ole Miss in the upset. But I wouldn't be surprised if LSU pull it out. LSU been playing in a couple close games now. The quarterback is looking actually pretty good from ASU. He finally getting under his wings under his belt. He looking primed and ready to take over some shit this year. The quarterback looking all right. Not really take over some shit. I'm exaggerating, but the quarterback look all right. He looked decent. LSU quarterback. I can't think of his name, but he all right. So I want to go with LSU though. Smart pick, but really, hey, I wouldn't be mad if you take Ole Miss because Ole Miss played good against Alabama last week, and I would take Ole Miss. I'm taking Ole Miss over LSU. Yes, let's do it. Oregon playing Stanford. Oregon, you saw what they did to the Buffs last week. Don't get upset at Oregon. Next big game, Notre Dame versus Duke. Duke is fucking 4-0. Yes, these hooping schools, they said, hey, y'all been disrespecting us a little too long. We ain't just hoopers out here. So Duke playing. Hey, they playing Notre Dame. Notre Dame, yes, they lost last week against Ohio State, but that was a hell of a game, and that was a hell of an Ohio State team. So at the end of the day, I don't fault Notre Dame for losing that. That's why they still ranked in the top 15. They ranked 11th now. And Duke is ranked 17th in the country. So Duke is fucking looking good, surprisingly. Yes, the hooping too. Duke, that's what I'm talking. Hey, you feel me? Hey, Austin, Anthony, Zion, hey, they had some boys. But yes, Duke, the hooping school, they've been, on the field, they've been kicking ass. Top 17. But, sorry, y'all. Sorry. But the team that I'm going to go with, I'm going with Duke. Sorry about my phone, y'all. Hey, it's more than someone. And the alarm just went off. Just saying. So, anyway, Notre Dame, Duke. Okay, I'm going with Notre Dame being Duke, but hey, if Duke pull up that upset, they might be serious. But I don't really see it happening. I think Notre Dame, they've been playing very well, and with that game from last week, they're gonna use this week to bounce back, and they're gonna really get Duke up out of there. But that's the last big game that I really want to touch on in college football. You got Alabama playing Mississippi State. Nice SEC game, but Mississippi State ain't really that good this year, and they ain't really good at any year besides when they had Dak, which was not, they was still not really that good. But we ain't gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna talk about it. Those are my picks for the top games in college football. So make sure, hey, you want some money. Hey, your boy been winning. You ready? Hey, DraftKings, they finna come call your boy. I'm telling you, because I ain't picking these things for my health. Hey, they gonna come call your boy, and then I'm gonna give you even better picks. All right. Then you're gonna be able to use my promo codes too. So just be prepared, get ready for that. Hey, because they gonna come calling. I'm speaking into existence. Y'all ready? I'm ready. But anyway, now, now. Let's go ahead and touch on the NFL Football League. And the first teams that I have on the docket today are the Packers playing the Lions tonight. Yes, Thursday night football. Yes, today is Thursday. You ready? Who do you get? Lions or Packers? Lions, Packers, Lions, Packers, Packers, Lions. I'm going with the I'm going with the Lions. I ain't gonna lie. The Lions, I'm expecting them to be at least in the middle of the pack in this division. The Packers actually look good. Jordan Love, you've been looking impressive, my guy. You have been looking impressive so far on the season. Let me tell y'all that boy Jordan Love's stats. He is proving that, hey, at the end of the day, yes, Aaron Rodgers ain't here no more, but I ain't no slouch. I got 7 TDs of my own. We 3 games into the season, and I have thrown for dang near almost 700 yards. 7 TDs, 700 yards. Not a bad start for a first-year quarterback. First-year starting quarterback. He dang near been in the league for like 3-4 years, but really 3. But, you know, hey, Aaron Rodgers had to do his thing. Now he up out of there. You know, so I'm going with the Lions. Even though Jordan Love has been playing well, both teams are 2-1. I expect Jared Goff to have them boys ready. I expect the Lions to win this division actually, because my Chicago Bears aren't ish. They've been playing like ish. They are ish. They are. I ain't gonna get into it. I'm picking the Lions to win this division. Minnesota looks trash. The Packers look like they're gonna be all right. It's gonna be between the Packers and the Lions to win the division. So this game is gonna be huge. So who should I go with really? Should I go with the Lions or should I go with the Packers? Jordan Love actually been looking pretty decent. Only 1 interception too. Taking care of the ball. Jared Goff, you know, you proven somewhat, kind of, a little bit. But, you know, actually, I can't pick the Packers. I don't fuck with the Packers, period. So we going with the Lions. We going with the Lions. Anyway, let's move on. Let's fuck both. Fuck the game, period. I don't like neither one of these teams. They ain't my division. Fuck both of them, if I'm being real. But one of these things will likely win the division because the Bears are trash. So, you know, let's go with the Lions. Next game, you have. Ooh, sorry, y'all. Got a text. My bad. All right, next game. You got Falcons Jaguars. The Falcons have been looking fucking pretty good. They starting off the season 2-1. The Jaguars on 1-2. I expected the Jaguars to be way better than what they are. I did not even expect the Jaguars to lose last week. Last week, I think they lost to who the hell did they lose to last week? That pissed me off because I picked them to win and they fucking lost. Excuse my French. But they lost to the Texans last week, and I was not expecting the Jaguars to lose to the Texans last week. And CJ Stroud actually proved to be that boy because he threw for 20 and 30 and went for 280 yards and about 2 TDs last week. And I wasn't expecting that shit. I'm expecting the Jaguars because last year they did pretty good in the playoffs. They damn near won their first playoff game with Trevor Lawrence. But, you know, this shit's looking a little rough. And I thought they was going to take that leap, that next step this year, but they're taking a step back. So for this game specifically, I am going to go with the goddamn Falcons because the Falcons, they look like they got a solid defense, not a great defense, a solid defense, an okay defense, an average defense, but they look better than the goddamn Jaguars right now. So I'm going with the Falcons. Next game, let's move on. Jaguars. I was trying to say next week game. Anyway, Bills Dolphins. Bills versus Dolphins. The Dolphins have been looking fucking scary. They put up 70. 70? They putting up NBA numbers on the football field? What? They did that? Yes, the boys did that. So I'm going with Miami. I'm not even gonna really entertain Josh Allen. Yeah, they won last week, but they beat a team that they should have beat last week. The Bills haven't been playing up to par. I feel like the Bills they gonna come out with something to prove. There's gonna be a more of a this will be a closer game than people think. And honestly, like long term thinking, this might be some playoff implications game because the Bills they will be in a running. Obviously, this is a division game too because the Bills versus Miami. The Jets are in that division. New England is in that division. Hey, this is a division game. This is a big game right here. Playoff implications. Because the Dolphins, don't get me wrong, the Bills aren't that good this year. They haven't been looking that good, in my opinion. But they are still in the same division as the Miami Dolphins. And the Miami Dolphins have been looking like they're going to take control of that division. But, this is going to be a big game. I'm going with the Dolphins, though, because the Dolphins have been playing well. And I'm not going to bet against the Dolphins right now because the way Tyreek Hill looked, the way him and Tua clicking, and then you got Weddle. If these boys can stay healthy and that defense can stay looking the way they look, it's going to get scary out here for a lot of people. Miami might just do some shit. They might just do some shit. So I'm going Miami over the Bills. Anyway, moving on. Broncos, Bears, both fucking trash. Both fucking 0-3. Both teams are. I ain't going to even get myself worked up because I'm mad right now. My heart hurt because I thought the Bears was going to. But the Bears doing bad things at the end of the day. I'm not going to touch on this game too much. I'm going with the Broncos because the Bears going to be the Bears. That hurts. That literally just hurt me to say that. Anyway, next game. I don't even want to talk about it no more. Ravens, Browns. I'm going with the Browns. Ravens, they got to bounce back this week. But the Browns, I'm looking for them to continue to take that next step. The Browns defense is really good. Really, really good. The Ravens defense is unproven. And then Ravens lost to fucking Indy last week. So if the Ravens lost to Indy, Lamar Jackson just got paid. Baltimore is expected to win this game. But also, the Browns are expected to win this game. This is going to be a hell of a game. I wouldn't be surprised if they fucking tied. But ain't no fucking tie in the NFL. It really is. But I was just bullshitting about the tie. But I'm going with the Browns. I feel like the Browns, their defense, and Deshaun Watson going to take another step this week, and he's going to prove why he's that guy and why he's making 230. Lamar Jackson going to prove it too. This is going to be a hell of a game. Will be a hell of a game. Deshaun Watson. They both in the same division of game. This is going to be a hell of a game. I'm very excited to watch that game. Lamar Jackson versus Deshaun Watson. Hell of a game. Steelers versus Texans. I'm going to go with the Steelers. Yes, the Texans won last week, and they finally look like maybe they got a little formula. CJ Stroud actually took some big steps last week. I'm going to go with the Steelers, though, because I feel like the Steelers and that defense, Mike Tomlin, I should have taken him last week because this is why my parlay ain't win for one of them. So, I should have taken the Steelers last week. I'm going to take them this week versus the Texans. I believe they will take and beat the Texans. All right, next pick, Vikings, Panthers. I'm going to go ahead and rattle off these quick, y'all, because I'm not trying to really dive into it. Vikings, Panthers, and Bryce Young haven't got a win yet. Told you I'm not big on Bryce Young. They still 0-3. The fucking Minnesota Vikings are 0-3. So Minnesota Vikings, you're trash. You're the bottom of the bottom of the bottom of the bottom in our division. I'm taking the fucking Bears over. The Bears are fucking trash, but I feel like they're going to get it together. They're going to at least win some games. Minnesota, y'all look like y'all ain't going to win no games. But y'all got Justin Jefferson. Y'all got that boy Kirk Cousins. Y'all might bounce back this week. I'm going with Minnesota over the Panthers just because I feel like Minnesota at this point, like you paying Coach Cousins all this money, you paying just like something got to change in Minnesota, and I feel like they can win this week. And I don't expect the Panthers are the Panthers. They should have kept the other head coach who had them winning at the end of the season, but I wanted to bring in another head coach because he wasn't. Anyway, ain't going to touch on all that. Ain't going to touch on it. But just know I don't like the Panthers head coach. Period. I just don't like him. Because the other head coach, he came in, he won 5 games, had them boys playing and rolling, but he was a black head coach, and he came in as an interim head coach. He did his thing, and then they still got rid of him. But we ain't going to talk about all that. I just wanted to tell you how I felt about the situation. Anyway, next game. Colts, Rams. I'm going to go with the Colts. Colts pulled off a win last week that I wasn't expecting. They proved that last week, hey, we ain't really like that, but we like that. So I'm picking them to beat the Rams. The Rams 1-2. Rams still got their defense. The defense ain't been looking that nice, and that offense ain't been really clicking. So maybe it is Matthew Stafford just got too. Excuse me. Maybe it's just Matthew Stafford being too goddamn old. But hey, I don't know. Something got to change with the Rams because I feel like, hey, Sean McVay, they gonna give your ass about 2 more seasons, 2 more. And if you ain't making playoffs and you don't look like you still contending, they gonna get your little ass up out of there. Yeah, you top shot and use this, and we had a lot of hype. But hey, What have you done for me lately? That's the NFL. So what have you done for me lately, Sean McVay? We're gonna see. But I'm taking in that game. I'm taking the Colts. Next, Buccaneers Saints. This is gonna be a good game. Baker Mayfield. Of course, they lost to the Eagles, but who didn't expect that last week? But I'm going with the Saints. Derek Carr. Hey, he's been looking pretty good. They lost last week, but they lost to a solid team, so I'm not gonna hold that against them. I feel like the Saints gonna win this game. Next game, Commanders versus Eagles. Of course, I'm taking the Eagles. No, I'm not going to really touch on that. Even though the Commanders, they disappointed me. I thought they was really going to beat. They played somebody last week, and they fucked up my same parlay because I lost off of 2 games. I lost because of the excuse me. I lost because Baltimore. I lost to Indy because I picked Baltimore to win, and then I lost because I picked Washington to actually compete against the Bills, which was a fucking horrible decision. So Washington, y'all gonna be Washington. I'm taking the Eagles. Next game, Bengals Titans. I'm gonna take the Bengals because I feel like they will continue to roll. That boy Joe Burrow, they gonna figure it out. I'm just hoping the Cincinnati Bengals figure it out because I got them being in my AFC Championship game, and if they not there, I'm gonna be upset because I like to be right. I like to be right. So hopefully the Bengals, y'all figure it out. Raiders Chargers. I'm gonna take the. Interesting game. I'm gonna take the Chargers. I'm gonna take the Chargers. I'm gonna take that boy. Even though Keenan Allen, he's the only player I really like from the Chargers. I really don't like the Chargers, period. But I really don't like the Raiders either because everything that they've been displaying, and they really just don't look that good, if I'm being honest. But this is gonna be a good game. But I'm gonna take the Chargers. And that boy, god damn, what is his name? Herbert, that boy Herbert, to do his thing. All right, Patriots, Cowboys. I'm going to take the Patriots because I think the Cowboys are full of shit. I think the Cowboys will prove to be Cowboys, and they will do Cowboy things. Last week, they lost to Arizona. I told y'all, be very wary of that boy Josh Dobbs and that motherfucking the Arizona team. They didn't just lay over. They didn't just let y'all walk over them. They came in and fought, and they slapped y'all ass on the mouth. So now, let's see if all this hype around the Cowboys. So the Cowboys, shit, after the first 2 weeks, you would have thought the motherfuckers won a Super Bowl already. They playing the parades. I'm just saying. Cowboys going to do Cowboy things. And I expect them to fucking do Cowboy things again this week. Yeah, y'all suffered a big loss in Diggs, with him tearing his ACL last week during practice and all that shit. But, hey, football is football. Last week, y'all laid an egg. Let's see if y'all can get it done this week. But I feel like Bill Belichick, he got something to prove this year. He don't got no other choice but to prove something. He got to make sure them boys looking somewhat comparable. And I think he going to have the Cowboys on. And I think Zeke can go ahead and run it up on them boys. Yeah, Zeke. He playing for the Patriots. Anyway, let's go to the Patriots. Next game, Cardinals, 49ers. I got 49ers. I ain't going to talk about it. Yeah, Cardinals got lucky last week, but the Cowboys is the Cowboys. So, hey, I'm going with the 49ers. Chiefs, Jets. I'm going with the Chiefs. And then Seahawks versus Giants. Ooh. This is going to be a good game, but I'm going with the Seahawks. Giants, they need to win because they need to prove that they are continuing to take that next step. And that first game versus the Cowboys was just a fluke, but the Cowboys lost to the Arizona Cardinals, and the Arizona Cardinals lost to the Giants, but the Cowboys blew out the Giants the first game. So what the fuck is going on? But that's another point. That's a story for another day. Thank you for tuning into the Golden Gems podcast, man. Thank you for coming back. I hope y'all enjoyed them picks. I hope you enjoy sports talk today. And guys, I know I've been lately I've been looking at my phone because I've been having my picks in my phone. So if you see me doing this, talking to y'all doing it, I'm going to try to go ahead to see if I can get my laptop to just be in front of me so that way, I won't be looking down all the time. But, as of right now, I'm putting my picks on my phone, so y'all just got to deal with it. But thank you for tuning in to the Golden Gems podcast, man. Thank you for showing love always, and thank you for always being a supporter and being a friend of me. Yes, a friend to me. And, hey, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you send it to your mama, daddy, friend, brother, sister, friend of another friend, baby, sister, mama, cousin, baby, mama, cousin, friend of another friend on down the street, little Johnny, little Billy from down the street and around the corner. Make sure you send this to everybody, period. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, you tune in to the best podcast in the world, the Golden Gems podcast. Deuces.
Hey, we live now, really.